Right, well, you've got the worst female representation in Parliament since 1993, and this is at a time where the Parliament as a whole has improved. It's actually the best female representation we've ever seen, but for the Liberals, it's the worst since 1993. There was a 2016 report that you commissioned and paid for to get 50% representation, 50-50, by 2025. What was actually implemented, and can you see the results of that?
Well, unfortunately, losing good members of Parliament, good women in Parliament, is a byproduct of losing elections. And in fact, had we have been successful at the last election, we would have increased the number of women in our ranks. That said, it's really important that we consider our gender makeup, because we want to better reflect the people whom we represent. Most importantly, though, and we've had this conversation before also, Laura, the reason why you want more women in Parliament is because a diverse Parliament or a diverse party makes for better decision making. It's the wisdom of crowds. The more diverse voices there are around a table, the better the decisions that get made. The better decisions that get made, better policy, better politics. Not only does having more women around a table change the conversation, but it also emboldens those that might be susceptible to uncritical groupthink. That's why you want that wisdom of crowds. So there is electoral imperative, certainly, and that will be considered in the review. But most importantly, it makes better politics.
I'm just about to go live with Simon Love, who's got some developments on the IBAC story this morning. What is going on down there in Victoria? Is Matthew Guy got any chance of winning this election, given what's going on?
Well, I hope that Matthew Guy has a good chance of winning the next election, because quite frankly, we've been through over a decade now of one of the most sinisterly corrupt governments, Labor governments, that this country has ever seen. The number of ministers that have resigned, the scandals that continually come out of IBAC. This is, I'm actually astounded that Daniel Andrews can still front up every single day, Mr Teflon, and nothing seems to stick. I think in November that there will be a considerable shock.
That's on the Liberals, isn't it?
Considerable shake-up. Well, it will be on the Liberals, and that's why we need to make sure that we have our A game on, that we have the best candidates in the field, that we have a really strong campaign, and that's exactly what we're working towards down here.
Jane Hume, as always, thanks so much for your time.
Great to be with you, Laura.